when they started talking about stem cell therapy many, many years ago, I looked into that. I waited. In fact, before I came across these patches, I was on a waiting list to see a doctor in our a nearbound town here that brings in doctors to do stem cell therapy. Well, I found out, of course, how much it cost, and it took me a year to even get in. And then, by the grace of God, and I mean that literally, I came across Jennifer Roop's little testimonial about her mother. And I said, oh my gosh, I go to everybody to look for everything, and I'll try anything once. Well, that was back only 7 months ago. Okay. So, and let me back up just a minute and tell you, since over the 41 years, soon to be 42 years, I've been in this chair, I have worked. I went back to work 5 years after my accident, and I retired probably about 20 years ago. I've retired 3 times. I've had 3 automobile accidents. I broke my neck in 2017 for the second time in a C2 level. But anyway, I don't give up very easily, obviously. And when I came across these patches, I said, oh my gosh, oh, I couldn't wait. Well, I jumped right in. I did a little research, so I'd never heard about light therapy. So outside of LifeWave, I did the research on light therapy. Not a lot. I just wanted to know a little bit about it. And I said, okay. I looked at it, and I said, called Jennifer up, and I said, I'm in. I'm going to be in. Okay, it says every, I think a month for every 10 years. Well, I'm 72, so I'm going to do it for at least a year and the rest of my life at this point. What I have seen take place, I started on September the 20th, patching with the Aeon and the X39. Like I said, I had an accident and broke my neck for the second time in 2017. Well, it took me right at 2.5 years to get my vehicle modified so I could drive again. And I kind of got down in the dumps a little, I got lazy, I couldn't go anywhere. I was just rolling around in my yard. So I was not quite ready, I didn't think, to get back into the saddle, so to speak, but I did. And I didn't get my vehicle back until September, thank God, after I started the patches. And what the first thing I really noticed was I had more stamina. I had pretty good bit of stamina before that, but stamina, organization of thought, motivation, I felt better. And then all of a sudden I look in the mirror and I think, my hair looks a little different, and I sent my daughter a picture and I said, do you see anything different? She said, Mom, did you put something on your hair? I said, no. She said, it looks darker. I said, yeah, I got gray, you can see, but my gray's going away. And I said, yeah, I think it is too. So she started on the patches a little after myself, and she has Hashimoto's. And she reported that her last checkup, they were able to lower her synthroid. So that was amazing. I just, when I started reading about this and learning, everybody in the world pops into my brain about, oh my God, this could do this could do that, and I've seen that. And I also think that my temperature control as a spinal cord injury person is not accurate. However, boy, it's hot down here in Mississippi, and I didn't used to feel like that at 80 something degrees today. So I'm in it for the long haul. I have tried I think I've done the Aeon glutathione carnosine, maybe that system once or twice. I'm fixing to order it again, but I forgot to mention in February of last year, February the 20th, I had a little cardio issue. I had what's called broken heart syndrome. So, which is just stress-related issue. And I'm working on that, meditating and consistent with my patches. And I'm just excited about it. I think everybody needs it. I think everybody should try it. And it breaks my heart when people try it for like a month and they say, oh, I didn't see any difference, But goodness, if you read that little thing that tells you this is what takes place in your body, of course you can't feel that. But I'm counting on this to be a lot better, a lot sooner. I know it's going to do some wonderful things. And like I said, I thank God that I turned on my little TikTok that day, which is my entertainment for the evening to slow my brain down.
Great. Okay, so you didn't know Jennifer Root prior to this. You just happened to
No.
be on TikTok and there she was talking about these patches.
And I have to tell you though, I had seen another person on TikTok mention them, and I said, it didn't really catch me, and I just, okay, I'll save him and listen to him later. And I'm telling you, this is my firm belief, if God can get somebody's attention through a donkey, I think He can use the media too. And I think TikTok was my donkey.
All
So,
right.
so
Absolutely.
anyway, and her story resonated with me about her mother, and
Yes.
I was sold.
Well, you made it to the end, and I'm so proud of you. Please subscribe to my channel to learn more. Thanks so much.